Good evening, class. This is Joshua Houston. Apologize for all this that I got going on. I just got off of work, so I just figured I could come in and talk to you guys for a few minutes about our assignment, how we were supposed to kind of research the Zappos company and how they approach their human resource and kind of explore their management systems and so on and so forth. And so basically, just real quick, Zappos, really popular company, very popular online, such as like Amazon, so on and so forth. There in online commerce, but basically, their whole organization is centered around one mission, which is to provide the best customer service possible. And the way they go about that is they have a kind of a unique management style in order to inspire their workers to work as best as possible to get the best results, best production out of them. And so basically, just real quick, we've talked about Theory X and Theory Y, which was created by Douglas McGregor. And so he says that with theory, that in the Theory X type of management, it basically assumes it's a negative view of human nature. And so basically, Theory X, the view is that human beings do generally don't like to work or dislike work, and um, and so they essentially require more supervision so that they get their work done, and especially within an organization. And then theory Y is kind of on the other end of the spectrum, and this is the positive view in that um, basically assuming that individuals generally are industrious. They're industrious. They like to work, and they're creative, and they like to assume responsibility and have self control in their job. So those type of workers don't need as much supervision because they are pretty much trusted by their management to do their job. So um, the question arises as to, okay, well then what is Zappos actually doing in their company that would makes their company such a great company to work for? And in in the research, basically is that um, when we compare it, compare the different management styles between McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y assertions, and then Likert management systems, which are exploitive, authoritative, which basically is a motivation through fear or coercion. That's how some managers operate in that way. Benevolent authoritative, which basically is motivation through both threats and rewards. So you basically it's a management style where you kind of threaten the worker that if they don't do X, then they're not going to get Y. And so on and so. So communication is usually top down in that management style. Then you have consultative, which is a motivation through rewards. So you have some low level participation in decisions, but overall, it's basically just trying to make your goals from how your subordinates based on their input. Okay, and then you have participative, which is a motivation through use motivation by rewarding. And then communication is downward in those. It's actually communication is all around in that, and the decision making is found throughout the organization. Okay, so basically, that since Zappos started, their revenue has grown considerably. And basically they have a brand where they have a centrality of core values that runs um, throughout their mission, and providing the best customer service. And the only way that you can do that is having workers who are dedicated to the company, and maybe even not so much dedicated. They may actually be um, they like the atmosphere because the management is creating an atmosphere where they can thrive and grow. And and when you have that, your workers will they'll have that provides them with self motivation to work harder. Okay, so um and I think that honestly that maybe Zappos has a combination of both. um in their management systems of in I would say mainly that it might be consultative, and because I'm assuming that maybe that their workers have input. There's low level input into um, not so much how the company should be ran, but just ideas. And I think the managers kind of take that into account and use that. And then I believe that maybe they have a lot of workers who are theory Y oriented, that actually like what they do, and then believe in the mission of the company. And so basically, I just think that it might be a combination of both. Um, and that is why I believe that they are doing so well. It's kind of hard to run an organization where uh, you have management that's always micromanaging and not allowing the worker to do what they need to do. And so while like their management may be in control, but they don't lord it over them and just always down their neck, because uh, it's not inspiring to work in an environment of that nature. So that concludes the video. And so sorry I ran a bit too long. I got to really work on that. But so you guys have a blessed night, and I'll be looking forward to your guys' videos and commenting on them as well. All right. God bless you, and good night.